What makes Data Engineer Academy so different? I hear this question all the time from potential prospects, and it kind of grinds my gears. I don't know why. I think there's an implicit, like, oh, why are you so special kind of thing. And it's like, well, the way we typically answer that is, I think that's for you guys to decide, right? Like, because it is, right? It's a tricky question because when somebody asks what makes you so special, it's like, well, if we start to sell ourselves, then they're like, oh, you guys are, full of it. Like you're just saying that to get the sale, which by the way, that's a whole different thing that grinds my gears, right? And so if we say something good, where, you know, lying to get the sale, if we say something bad, then it's like, well, you guys must not be good enough. And so when I hear that question from people, it's a non-constructive question. You know, I'd rather have you guys ask something about the curriculum or how the first 30 days look or the onboarding process, right? That to me makes a lot more sense. Now, with that said, I have been thinking about this a decent amount. And so the question of like what makes us so different. The thing that makes us so different is just that it's we focus on the fundamentals. And when I say we focus on the fundamentals, I mean we just do the basics. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but it goes back to something I learned when I worked at Amazon. And it's something I learned from Jeff Bezos. And every employee kind of made it a joke. They were like, hey, one of our leadership principles is this, blah, blah. But one of the leadership principles, funny enough, is customer obsession. And I think that that is still the best way to run any business. There's actually a great clip. It's of Jeff Bezos talking about how customer obsessed he really is. And there was a reporter that would ask Jeff Bezos by like, hey, you're not really like a pure internet play, right? And Jeff Bezos, you can see him getting upset. He's like, internet schminternet, right? Like it doesn't matter to him. What matters is being customer obsessed, right? Because whether it's the internet or him getting warehouses or him using machine learning, the thing that makes the business great is being absolutely customer focused and obsessed to help them get to the end goal. And it's not something he figured out overnight, or probably even in the first 5 years, he said. It's something where he continuously kept asking for feedback from the customers to build a better and better and better and better experience. And so when someone asks me what makes Data Engineer Academy different, well, I hope the answer is nothing, because I hope that every business out there is extremely customer obsessed the way we are. And if I had to boil it down, another way to say this, by the way, is we care. That's it. I don't know what else to say. It's we care about the experience you have. We care about you getting a return on your investment, and we care about how you end up in your career, where you end up, how much of a salary increase you get, how quickly you do it, what happens after that, right? Like you get promoted after another year or two. We care about you helping our current clients. We care about you having the ability to come back and ask us for more advice. We care about you building relationships with our teachers, with myself, with the person that enrolled you. Again, the salesperson, right? Again, that's a whole different tangent. But I know it sounds ridiculous, but I just think that that's it. I just think it's that simple. And I think that that's what's leading to our good word of mouth, our testimonials, our Trustpilot reviews. It's nothing crazy. We're not going to teach you this underlying artificial intelligence algorithm that nobody knows about. I just think it's that we care. That's it. And so I'll tell you a story. I had a person, a client, he's an alumni at this point, and I'm not going to say his name because he might be watching this. And we're friends, we're good friends at this point. But he had struggled with some part of our curriculum, and this is a bright guy. Like he already had some experience. He unfortunately got in his own head and was about to give up. And it was a point where he like did all the studies. Like we were just in the phase of like, hey, we just need to apply to a ton of jobs to actually get you the role. There's a few strategies to actually get you the role, referrals, LinkedIn outreach. That's a whole different topic. But the idea was that we were going to help him get his role. And he's been through a few interviews. He got rejected by I think one or two, but he also got rejected from a few applications. And that really got to his head, especially because he couldn't afford to make the payments anymore that he was supposed to make for this program. Most people pay up front, but he actually ended up getting a friendly payment plan. And even then, he had trouble paying it. And so I think he felt ashamed because of that. And he was about to go and get a non tech job. And I just remember being like, that would be a shame. He has the skills, he's almost there, he's young, relatively young, and he was about to get a non tech job that honestly, it might have derailed the rest of his life, the rest of his career. I haven't even talked to him about this, but the reason I bring this up is because something incredible happened. I haven't had this happen again, but his mom emailed me, and his mom pretty much asked me to postpone the payment until after he got the job, and she promised that she and him would make the payments. I don't know if this student knows that the mom reached out to me to this date. I don't think she's told him. That touched my heart because it showed that the tough place that he was in, he still had a good support system. And to me, that's all that Data Engineer Academy is. We're another support system. Yes, we have the technical support and the soft skill support and the getting the job support. I think that that's all it really came down to, is that we cared and we wanted to get him the role. So we basically told him like, don't worry about the payment. He still had over 50% left, and we just went and got him the job. And to this day, I think he's still paying it off, and it doesn't really matter. And by the way, maybe this isn't the right thing to say here because I'm sure some people might try to take advantage of it and get a delayed payment or whatever. But that's not really the point. The point is that at the end of the day, if he's not willing to give up, neither were we. And so that's what we do. We work with you until you get the job. It's that simple. And so I bring this up because I think there's a few lessons there. It's not just that we care, it's that hopefully you care. And I know everybody says they care about the career, et cetera, but I would encourage you to look at the actions you've taken. Because it's easy for somebody to say, I care. And trust me, we talked to a lot of people who are like, oh, I've been thinking about making this move for the last 1, 2, 3 years. So in my mind, it's like, well, you might care, but you might not care enough. In the meantime, we're doing this every single day, trying to help people better their career in tech, in data. And so I'll finish off the rant there and say, what makes us different? Maybe nothing. Maybe our customer obsession. Maybe we care. I don't know, but we're just going to keep doing what we do. Bye.